Hi friends, welcome back to my lockdown diaries. This is my humble attempt to document and store my thoughts on these quarantine days. Today is April 22nd, which is celebrated as Earth Day across the globe. Now, for a journalist, for someone like me who's interested in the field of sustainability and environment, there are quite a few days, only a few days throughout the year that you really look forward to. So there's the World Environment Day, there's World Water Day, there's Earth Day, there's an Earth Hour. There are a couple of these celebrations which are there. So as a journalist, you tend to write a lot. You look forward to these days because that is the time you write a lot of articles, you talk to a lot of people, you bring out all the positive stories. This day is meant to reaffirm our commitment towards environment and towards the well-being of the earth. But given the scenario, so Earth Day started in 1970. Today is supposed to be the 50th Earth Day, which is a quite a big achievement in that sort. But I personally have mixed feelings about it because it is very unusual. These are very unusual times that we are celebrating Earth Day. Never before have we been cooped up inside our homes across the planet, across everywhere, across the countries, and talking about the earth. And as a species, lot many times, lot of the problems that ail our planet are attributed to humans itself. Anthropogenic emissions, our destruction of ecology and environment across the globe. These are the factors that have been belabored all the time. But at this time, when we ourselves are suffering a calamity of this sort, it makes us very sad and depressing to a great extent. Seeing all those thousands and hundreds of people dying every day, across countries, across even across your communities, it makes it very difficult to really compose yourself and then talk about environment and talk about celebrating something. So it's, as I said, this is very unusual day for us, all of us, and a very humble manner in which we have to deal with it. To give you an idea, the genesis of this day was, it happened in 1970, and this was done in the backdrop of the moon mission that was there, the Apollo moon mission. So in I'll give you a small perspective. In 1968, the Apollo 8th mission was there. It was going in circles around the moon, and in one of their journeys, the astronauts at that moment, they were videographing their experiences, and in one of their one of the circles in one of their orbits, they chanced upon a beautiful blue planet which came on the horizon. It was called as Earthrise. Personally, Earthrise, for me, that picture is an iconic image that for the first time gave you a feeling of unity. Whenever we see this planet, whenever we see Atlas, whenever we see any of these books, whenever we see it in any news or anything, you see lines which are made across the landmass. These lines are the boundaries of nations, different nations. India has its own geographical boundaries, US has all these boundaries. But that image of Earthrise, it was devoid of all those lines. There were no lines at that time. All of us were one. On that small blue dot, every one of us were one, irrespective of our caste, creed, color, status, what income we had, what how much we earned, whether we worked, we were rich or poor. We were all one on that planet, and that was a significant unifier for us. And this is what really prompted the whole concept of creating an Earth Day, something to celebrate. Today, as we are all suffering from a calamity which is global in nature again. Lot many people, I keep hearing a lot of people talking about how this is nature that is taking its revenge, how we are paying for our sins, some call this some call it as a just punishment for our actions. I would not like to believe that, because I personally don't think so. I don't believe in the vengeful nature of the nature. It's never worked for me like that. Even when you look at mythology, or the way Prithvi is portrayed, Ma Prithvi, or you take it Demeter in Greek mythology, wherever you take it, it's always giving. It's giving and forgiving, and this is what has been one of the most amazing aspect of this planet that we live on. What we need to realize it, that not only do we not have another planet, another system that we have, lot of time there's no planet B, as they say it, right? There's also no species B for us as well. We as humans need to come together as one. We need to think, we need to deal with issues as one. Take the case today. All these many years, leaders across the board have been making missiles, they have been investing in arms, and all sorts of things that divide us. But look what is bringing us together. The things that are bringing us together is a vaccine being developed in the UK, there are research going on in China, there's something being done in Singapore. They are putting the whole genetic code of the disease online for every one of us to collaborate. There's a factory in India that's already starting to manufacture the insulin, the vaccine that is there, right? So this is what brings us together. So on this day we should be talking about the celebration of humanity as a whole. We need to come together, we need to stand together, and these are the times that we need it the most. Finally, I just there's a thought that comes to my mind. The genesis of Earth Day might have come from the US. It started in 70s there, and it was actually in 1990 when it went international. But for us Indians, there's a deeper connect. We have been celebrating Earth Day throughout our history, in our scriptures and everything. So if nature and environment has been very important to us. All our sages in the past, in all the Upanishads, in the Puranas, in the epics, they've emphasized on the need to live harmoniously. We need to live in consonance with nature. This is a point that has always been emphasized over and over again. So I'll give you an example. Take the case of Ramayana. The whole Ramayana starts with the episode of Kronch Vad, the killing of those cranes, where Valmiki is so distraught with the hunter killing those two beautiful creatures, and then he begins his poem. So what I'm saying is, at these times we need to look at that. We need to look positively about our role. We need to reassess our how we should stay, how we should cope up with with our functions, with our everyday, from our acts in our home to what we consume, to how we work, to how we commute. Everything we need to bring a balance in that thing. So that is one thing. And finally there's a sad irony in that thing. I spoke about the Earthrise, that iconic image which brought us together as whole. It has taken an epidemic of this sort to bring us again together. Across the globe we are dealing as this whole thing as one people, one race, one nation. Yes, there will be attempts by people closing their borders, talking about stopping immigration, doing all sort of things. Everyone is, there's a undercurrent of nationalism which has been there and which will always be there. So let's not, that's something that we have to deal with anyway, so that's not an issue. But right now we are dealing in this whole scenario as one race, and that's what gives us hope. We have come together in the past when there was an ozone hole. If you remember, in the 80s there was a big hole, and then we had to there was a banning of CFC. Or take the case how the amazing book by Rachel Carson in 1962 brought that, The Silent Spring, brought a whole consciousness about the manner in which we are polluting our environment through usage of fertilizers and chemicals. So we have done it in the past, we have done it times and again, and I'm sure we will. This is another of those chapters in our life that will pass away. The one thing that we can take from all this is the positivity, is that we are one, and on this Earth Day I can only say, this is the message that we should take. We are one, and this earth is our zone to take care of, and I'm sure it will take care of us in the in return for it. There's no vengeance, there's no hatred, there's no punishment. It's just a cohabitation. So finally I'll end my session today. There's this beautiful Shanti Path, as it called in the Upanishads, that is there, and I really love those lines, because it talks about how Om Antariksho Shantihi Prithviyo Shantihi. So when we talk about Shanti, peace, so we as humans, we don't only wish for peace for each other, we don't wish for peace only for our fellow beings, we wish for peace for everything, right from the space, right from the heavens to everything that is there in between, the earth, the space, the air, everything. So that is what a message of hope that I would like to share, and I wish all of us, the next Earth Day that we chance upon the 51st, that would be a one of great celebration, and it will be a great day of hope for all of us. So on that note, I would like to I'd like to take your leave today. Again, stay home, stay safe, stay inside, and keep washing your hands, because that is important to fight this epidemic. We will overcome this soon. Thank you. Bye bye. I'll see you again.